Now, I was always told if it ain't broke, do not fix it. Now, before I get into this video, 76% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed. I need about 100 more subs before the end of the week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. I definitely appreciate it. Now, it's coming out now that WWE ain't really hitting on these free agents. You know, they missed out on Sasha. They missed out on AKA Mercedes Moné. They missed out on Will Ospreay, and now it's coming out now that they missed out on Okada as well. I don't know why. Who knows why, but you know, it is what it is at this point. WWE isn't fishing for stars. They are not desperate for stars. WWE makes stars. You know, they got so much talent and so much people that untapped potential in NXT just waiting in the balance. So, you know, they're not necessarily desperate. Now, I'm sure they would like some of these free agents. Like, I'm sure they would love to have Mercedes back. I'm sure they would love to have Will Ospreay. I'm sure they would love to have Jay White. You know, in those people in Okada. I'm sure they would have loved to have them, but they're not desperate for them because WWE makes stars. They made Braun Breaker a star. They helped make Carmelo Hayes a star. Trick Williams. Those are just people who ain't even came up to the main roster yet. You got to think about Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose to a certain extent. Over there, yeah, I believe he was a bigger star 10 years ago than he was now. That he is now. I would stand on that. So WWE isn't necessarily desperate for stars. So I'm pretty sure that I know for sure that Mercedes Moné was asking for not, I won't necessarily say ridiculous, you know, things that she wanted in her contract. Like, I think she wanted to be the top, you know, the highest paid woman in the company. And I won't necessarily to say that's ridiculous, but, you know, I don't know if you know, WWE see her as that way. Now, I would personally, but, you know, I'm not running a $1 billion company. So, yeah, who am I to say that they should have paid her or not? Again, WWE makes stars, so they have a Tiffany Stratton waiting. They have a I believe there was talks of bringing Mandy Rose back. They got Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill they just signed. They're not desperate for women's stars. They just need to book them better. So, you know, I necessarily look at these as L's? Not necessarily. Of course, you would love to have these talents, and of course, you would not like them to go to competition. But does WWE even look at AEW as competition anymore? That's the question. And yes, it's great for AEW, but what does it matter what talent you have if you can't coach them right? If you can't put them in the best positions to succeed? What's the point of having a Kobe Bryant on the team if you can't even, you know, if you ain't got Phil Jackson and AEW doesn't have Phil Jackson? You know, what's the point of having Michael Jordan if you ain't got Phil Jackson to run a triangle with? They don't have that. So if I'm WWE, I'm not necessarily sweating it. I'm not breaking my back to bring some people in where they need me more than I need them. And whether y'all I'm the biggest CM Punk fan. CM Punk needed WWE more than WWE needed CM Punk. I'll be honest with that. I'll be honest with you because CM Punk is someone who's probably looking to just end his career the right way, and WWE is looking for, you know, of course they would like to put the cherry on top of their amazing roster and what they have going on, but you know they're not desperate for CM Punk. They're not like, you see he got injured and they have potential runner-ups, Drew McIntyre, Gunther. You can even put a Sami Zayn in there. They got 3 backups, you know, who will all not be as good. Like, speaking from a CM Punk fan standpoint, they're not as good, and you know it would be a disappointment to not have CM Punk in there. But you know, a Sami Zayn main event is, you know, that's a fair loss. You know, I'm not necessarily tripping. You know, so again, WWE isn't desperate. So I think AEW is definitely desperate, but they're desperate in all the wrong ways. I don't think they need to be signing any more big stars. They don't need to be breaking any more banks to sign these big stars. They need a writer. They need guidance back there. They need to focus on the backstage. They need to focus on the production. They need to focus on the storytelling. They need to focus on getting the audience or grasping a bigger audience and also balancing that out with keeping your core audience, because it is I always say, you could say a lot about AEW fans, but they support AEW. Maybe not week to week, maybe not the Dynamites and the Collisions, giving them attendance numbers and how them pictures be looking, but when it comes to pay-per-views and stuff, AEW fans be supporting. So if you could find out a balance with them and a casual audience, that's who they need, a JR in his time, somebody like that. And I think that's what they wanted Jim Cornette for, but Jim Cornette ain't working with Kenny Omega and them. I'm sorry. So yeah, do I look at this as an L for WWE? No, I don't. Again, you would in a perfect world, you would love to sign these talents and not have them go to the quote unquote competition. But it is what it is. So I don't think it's 2020 anymore. I don't think it's 2019 anymore, where WWE is trying to keep talent away from AEW because they look at them as competition. I think that's when you get a 2020 Black Tuesday where they just release everybody because they know that AEW is going to swoop all these people up, and if they ever wanted them back, they can get them back. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Did WWE take a L in any of these free agent signings that AEW made? I don't think so. Y'all let me know. Again, I need about 100 more subs before the end of the week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. 76% of y'all is not subscribed. Why? Do y'all not got accounts? Don't be weird. Hit that subscribe button. Have a beautiful night. Sub to Act. Peace.